Living without lack isn't just a dream. I've found the simple keys to unlock God's abundance in your everyday life. Today, we're going to talk about living a life without lack and how that relates to God's abundance. It's a topic that's really close to my heart, and I'm so excited to share it with you. I think a lot of us can relate to feeling like there just isn't enough. Not enough time, not enough money, not enough resources. It's a feeling of scarcity that can be really overwhelming, and it can affect every area of our lives. We might feel anxious, stressed, or even depressed because of it. And it's not just about material things either. We might feel like we're not good enough or that we're lacking in some way. It's a feeling that can be really hard to shake. I think a lot of people struggle with this feeling of lack, and it can be really damaging to our mental and spiritual well-being. It can make us feel like we're constantly striving for more, but never quite getting there. And it can make us feel like we're not good enough, like we're not worthy of love or acceptance. It's a really tough place to be, and it's something that I've struggled with myself. But here's the thing. I've learned that it doesn't have to be that way. I've learned that when we focus on God's abundance rather than our own lack, everything changes. We start to see that there's more than enough to go around and that we're worthy of love and acceptance, no matter what. One of my favorite Bible verses is in John, where it says, "And my God will meet all your needs according to the riches of his glory in Christ Jesus." That's a powerful promise, and it's one that I've seen played out in my own life over and over again. When we trust in God's abundance, we start to see that he really does provide for us in every way. I remember one time when I was going through a really tough financial season. My husband and I were struggling to make ends meet, and it seemed like everything was falling apart. But instead of panicking, we decided to trust in God's abundance. We started praying and seeking guidance, and we started to see God's provision in our lives. We saw God provide for us in ways that we never could have imagined, and it was truly miraculous. That experience taught me that God's abundance is real, and it's available to us, no matter what we're going through. It's not just about financial provision either. It's about trusting that God has our backs, no matter what. And when we trust in that, everything changes. We start to feel more confident, more at peace, and more joyful. So how can you start to shift your mindset from one of lack to one of abundance? It's not always easy, but it's worth it. One thing you can do is start to focus on what you're grateful for rather than what you're lacking. Take time to reflect on the good things in your life, no matter how small they may seem, and start to trust that God has your back, no matter what. As we wrap up today, I want to leave you with a challenge. I want to challenge you to start thinking differently about abundance and lack. Instead of focusing on what you don't have, start to focus on what you do have. Start to trust that God has your back and that he will provide for you no matter what. Thanks so much for watching today. If you've got a story about experiencing God's abundance in your life, I'd love to hear about it in the comments below.